Hi, my question for my subtopic this week is what temperature does the surface of the Earth have to be in order to increase the risk for mortality due to malaria or dengue fever? For dengue fever, I found an article titled Climate Change in Dengue Fever Knowledge, Attitudes and Practices in Bangladesh, a social media based cross sectional survey. Now, this article was about how Bangladesh experienced its worst dengue fever outbreak back in 2019. In this article, it explains a study that was conducted where a survey called CAP was taken among university students in Bangladesh to try to understand what they are currently doing in order to prevent climate change caused by dengue fever. The survey was taken by 1,500 students, and the result was that most of the students agreed that climate change can worsen dengue fever. They also found that students with past dengue fever experiences also knew a lot about prevention practices for the disease. For malaria, I found an article titled Burden of Climate Change on Malaria Mortality. And in this article, it talks about how in 2016, there were around 445,000 deaths and 216 million cases of malaria across the world. Unfortunately, 70% of these deaths actually occurred in children under 5 years old. Changes in climate create changes in temperature and precipitation, which is why malaria is considered to be one of the most climate sensitive outcomes from climate change. The article uses a global malaria mortality data set that actually covers 105 countries. And through this data set, they were able to identify a nonlinear relationship between temperature and malaria mortality, as well as estimate the global temperature threshold. They were able to actually pinpoint the malaria mortality as well as mortality from other infectious diseases that have mosquitoes as their vector, such as dengue fever, affect people of all ages when the temperature is 20.8 degrees Celsius, and they affect children the most when the temperature is 19.3 degrees Celsius.